Welcome back. Today we're going to be replacing the valve covers on my Nissan Titan, and not a huge job, but there is a little bit of stuff in the way there that we're going to have to take care of. Some tools I've got are an electric ratchet, some pliers, I have Permatex Ultra Black, some brake cleaner, and we'll need a rag, and we are installing the mid-zone aluminum valve covers that I got from Amazon. They do have the new spark plug tube gaskets, or seals, which I believe are leaking in my truck, causing a little bit of smoke. The fit seems excellent. The finish on the paint, not great. There's some rough spots. There's some spots where it's already worn off a little bit. You could go ahead and repaint these if you want a different color. I'm not really going to worry about that for now. I'll put a link down to that below in the description, and we'll get started. Okay, so the new valve covers come with new hardware, which is very nice. I like that. These are all 10mm bolts, and they're all the way around. So we'll need a 10mm socket to remove and install those. First thing I'm going to do is remove the 10mm, or loosen the 10mm nut on the battery, and we'll remove the negative battery terminal. Before we start playing with wires, I'm going to give all the areas a little blast of compressed air, just to make sure there's no loose dirt that could fall in. I did semi-clean the engine bay not too long ago before this as well. Okay, we'll give another little blast after we get everything out of the way, right before we lift the covers. So we're going to remove our air tube. I've loosened here and here, and we're also going to need to remove these hoses, and we want to get them right out of the way. So we can come right back here to the valve cover and pull it off there. Pull this one off here. And this hose is going to come out with the air tube. And don't forget to unclip your MAF. So I always like to take these opportunities to clean up a little bit while I'm in here. And the next step I'm going to do is remove the oil catch can and this breather hose and this hose to the valve cover. Really, we're getting everything out of the way here except the fuel line. You could potentially do the fuel line as well, but then you're also opening up another can of worms. The other videos I've watched on YouTube, they have less sensors, so I think it's because of the 2007 plus years have the variable valve timing. We've got a couple more sensors down here and the one up here, so we're gonna have to undo those as well to move this harness out of the way. So another tip is never to lean on anything in the engine bay. There's a lot of plastic. You can break off hose barbs and plastic parts fairly easily. When you're working on these, you're pretty safe to lean against the front bumper here. And this here, don't lean on the rad, especially the rad cap or anything else. So you're going to want something solid to stand on. I'm using a ramp, which at the top has a large enough platform for both my feet without them slipping. You don't want to be leaning into here. Okay, we've had a little bit of a rain delay, but we're back at it. So these type of right angle pliers are great for these type of clamps. This one too. Okay, we're just going to unclip our fuel line here and leave it on. This gives us a little bit more room here. This evap hose, we'll remove it out of the way. Okay, we got our evap hose out of the way. We're going to undo all of our injectors. There's 4 of those. And then we'll also undo all of our coil clips for those. I won't show you that because my arms are going to be blocking most of that. Back here, that is our O2 sensor wire. It clips onto the valve cover. I've got a zip tie on it right now, so I'll undo that as well from the valve cover. Got a ground here. We'll undo that. Some people like to remove this bracket. This plug's also connected to it. So we got some more stuff disconnected. I pulled this bracket off. It was held on by one 10mm bolt there. I left this sensor wire on it and just pulled it back this way. I got that disconnected. That disconnected. This one, you just push down on the green tab, like push it in, and then it pops off. We've got our injectors done. We have to do our coils, and we got a tab here. So you pinch together the two ends with your pliers and disconnect that tab. We're still connected down there. We're gonna leave that, and we should be able to just move this harness that way. Okay, we had to remove a couple more clips, one from here, one from back there. Disconnected this, and then that let me put the whole wiring harness down along the side. We gave it some more air, clean this area up, and next we'll pull our 4 coil packs out, then we're ready to remove the valve cover. Okay, coils out. We're going to start removing the 10mm bolts from around the outside. We're not reusing the valve cover, so we're not worried about the order. So I don't recommend reusing these anyways, because you need the new tube seals in here. You can buy new gaskets for the outside, but even the OEM valve covers are not expensive. You can replace the whole thing with all new gaskets. So let's get started. Yeah, we'll just start with this one here. And we're not reusing the hardware either. We'll keep it in case we lose one, but repeat that all the way around. All right, all our bolts are out. We got just this fuel line to fight over. I'm gonna try a little bit this corner. Okay. And gently. Let's have a look. Okay, we can grab that gasket, our old gasket. Here's our old cover here, old gasket. Our new cover comes with a new valve. Some of the old bolts are pretty rough shape. Good thing we get new ones. So inside the engine looks clean as far as old oil or sludge goes, but it looks like there's a bit of rust in there. Let me know what you guys think, like this bolt right there especially, and then on the cam. I do have new cams. And there's dirt on the edge here, which I'm going to have to clean off very carefully. It looks like there's a little bit of rust there. Don't see any sludge. There's not a lot of oil in here either. Yes, we want to bead a silicone here in this corner and down there. Feel free to critique my bead. I'm okay with that. I wouldn't say I'm happy with the bead myself. I cleaned all these surfaces with some brake clean and a rag, and we'll set our valve cover back on. So go around and make sure your gasket's pressed in all the way around. These do seem to hold it pretty well, so I'm not too worried about that. I give it a blast of air to blast out any dust, in case there's any dust. Hose and valve up, and we're fighting the fuel line. Back we've got the wiring harness. So we're just pushing it down over the tubes. The seals are kind of holding it right now. Well, I guess we'll start putting hardware in. Okay, for the bolts, we want to do a center out crisscross pattern. So there's one here, we'll do that one, and then probably this one, and then maybe that one, and then that one, then that one, so on and so forth. You're supposed to tighten them to 17 inch-pounds and then 73 inch-pounds. So we'll grab a torque wrench as well and do that. So while we're in there, we're changing the spark plugs, and this is kind of why I figured my plug tube seals were leaking, like how oily this plug is on the threads. A couple of them are like this. One coil had a little bit of oil on it, the other three didn't, but this is the second plug that's looked like this so far on the one side. So I finally decided to throw in the new coils too. They don't have a bolt, they just press fit in and put everything back the reverse that you took it apart. Let the sealant cure probably for 24 hours. It depends on which one you use. Mine says let it cure for an hour, then torque it, and then 24 hours. So we won't start the truck today. The other side is going to be a little more complicated because there's more wiring back there, but it's exactly the same. It'll be harder to film because there's less room. We've also got the oil tube and the dipstick in the way as well. This might take this bracket off to give me some more room. But yeah, basically same procedure. I'm working on the other side, and something that this side has that the driver's side doesn't is a bolt in the center at the back. So I was having trouble getting this one out, and there was a bolt that I didn't see. And I'm doing the spark plugs now that I got the covers changed, and look at this one. So this is the worst one I've got so far. It was definitely leaking down the spark plug tube seals and into the combustion chamber. And one thing about these covers that I got is they came with new hardware, but I was about 4 bolts short, so I had to reuse 4 from the kit. I picked the 4 best ones and I put them at the back so you couldn't see the old ones. You can see the nice shiny new ones. So remember that when you're taking them out, don't throw any bolts out until you're done. And we'll wrap up the video here. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and come back for more.